Hello folks, and welcome to another episode. Today I'm going to talk to you about buying a second-hand EV, the process, how cheap it is, and why we've bought a fourth one of these, and why financially it made absolute sense. Please remember to check out our other videos and click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so you get notifications each time we upload another video. Now, for any of you that follow us, you will be aware that we already have 3 of these MG5s. There's many reasons for that. 1, the price. 2, the reliability. 3, the lack of servicing. These seem to run on fresh air, 50,000 miles on a set of tyres, and minimal servicing. But the vehicle itself, to us, cost £19,030.40. That's the total cost. That's made up of a few things. So the actual cost of the vehicle was £15,000, second hand with just over 1,000 miles on the clock. The buyer's fee, this is from the auction house, which was BCA, was £467.50. That's got VAT on top, and it was assured by the AA for £49.50. I'm not sure what they did to assure us. And we have the Eco Cars Reflex buyer's fee. That's for them to search for the vehicle for us, find it, basically do the donkey work, so the work that we don't want to be doing ourselves. That was £300 plus VAT. So of that, £3,170-ish we can get back as a company. But the total bill to us was around £16,000, which makes this an absolute bargain.
Right, here's your car. Oh, shut up.
21 on the S71 plate there.
With us.
14, 15, 15, 9. 15, 15.
We've got 18.5.
16, 3 bit there, nifty 50 if you need it. 16 4B, 16 16 4B, 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 16 5 16 5B for the exclusive. 16 50, 8 50, 16 50, 9 bit 50, 17 1 bit 50, 17 2 bit 50, 17 1 50, 54 50, 17 5 bit 50, 17 5 50, 50, 50, 17 6 50,
stop it in.
17 50, 17 50, 17 8 bit 50, 17 50, 50, 9 bit 50,
500 quid.
18 bit 50, 18 bit 50,
Come on, it must be us.
50,
Yes.
18,000
Yes.
18 and 15 Nissan Leaf now.
Yay, we got it, mate.
If I wanted a Focus diesel with the same amount of power and the same amount of spec, it's about £5,000 more. So from that perspective, it makes utter sense. And of course, we've got these, they're tried and tested. We know how reliable they are, and we know what they're capable of doing. That's why we went for a fourth one. So Eco Cars and Reflex, who are on Orkney, there'll be a link in the description. We told them what we wanted, and within 2 days they'd got a car for us that they said, do you want this one? Sent us the pictures over, told us the spec, so we know exactly the damage that's going to be on it. I'm going to show you that because there is a tiny bit of damage, and that's all very well documented. They sent all the information over, we looked at it. We spoke about it within the company between me and Matt and David, Kate and Claire. We decided, yeah, it was the right thing to do, it was the right price, and it was way below if we had bought one privately, so there's something to think about there. However, please bear in mind that as a VAT registered company, we can reclaim that VAT. So if you're buying this yourself, your total bill here would have been £19,050.40. So that's still about 2 or 3 grand under what you would buy this off a forecourt. So well worth thinking about. So try for now to imagine it's not sign written. This was 2 weeks ago just a plain white MG5 as standard, 2 charging cables and all its bits and bobs and paperwork. But the damage I want to show you is here. If you can see that, that's what they pointed out on the whole vehicle, which you would expect of a vehicle that's done 1,000 miles. It's absolutely immaculate. No scratches, nothing missing. There was no floor mats, which by the by, but it's nice to have floor mats in it. And then of course we've done our normal work that we do to these, which is having the glass blacked out. We've actually gone for a completely blacked out glass because we don't need to see out of or in. So tinting is out and this solid black stuff is in. And of course it's racked out to do a lot of work, which it will do. I'd say it's going to be on 100,000 miles in about 2 years. We've got partitions to go in here, and obviously the technician Craig, who will be having this, who's in Scotland, will fill it with all of his stuff. You might remember this one is similar racking to the first one we bought. It's got the bulkhead made in here, which we have to have fitted in case of an accident, and that's on a framework up there which goes on the rear grab handles, which have been taken out, and then this floor, which is marine ply. And the finish here is exceptional. This is done by a company called CVA, who are in Leicestershire. I'll also put a link to their website, because the workmanship, bearing in mind we've got two of these that are over 90,000. Well, we've got one on 89,000 and one on 92,000, and this, all this that's gone in here has been absolutely brilliant. It doesn't rattle, move, nothing's fallen out, and it's been really reliable. So from that perspective, well worth every penny. It's not the cheapest conversion, you know, it's a few £1,000s to have this done. And then if we look this side, we have this done so the guy can slip his jack in the side. I keep mine at the back, but he can slip his in the side, and he can jack up against the underneath of this frame, and that stops his jack moving around because it's quite heavy. And also being here, it's as far forward as we can put it, and it's as low down as we can keep it. We don't want a guy hoying a jack up over the rear lip, really, which is actually what I do. We've also got a bit of space in the back there where we seem to keep wiper blades, fuses, diagnostic kit, electrical stuff and things like that. That area there seems to work really nicely. They're all in little boxes and things, so they sit in there very nicely. But as a whole, we are made up with this. We're actually very likely going to be buying another one. I'm not sure whether we're going to go for a pre-facelift or this model, because there's a rumour that the MG5 is getting a bigger battery, which will give much better range, which we always want more range. We're doing 250 to 300 miles a day, so more range is something that we always want. But for normal use, for a normal family, this has got ample range. It's very efficient, and as I say, very, very reliable. We've been really happy with them. So our next one will definitely come from Eco Cars and Reflex, without a shadow of a doubt. So a lot of my followers will know who Reflex and Eco Cars and Jonathan Porterfield and the guys there are. They do a great job, and they're very transparent about what they do, their costs. They document it all, and you can see it. You just do not get that when you go to a forecourt. You just, I don't know, I always feel that car salesmen, not all, I've got to be careful when I say this, but I always feel like they want to be your friend and, you know, get you a coffee, and they've got shiny floors and coffee machines to pay for, and you just don't get that from Reflex. We went and picked this car up ourselves from the auction house, so it's not washed. It's got everything documented, but it's not washed. It's not sparkling clean that you'll get from a forecourt. But for the savings that we've made, I'm not fussed about that. I mean, this is going to be run into the ground in 4 years' time. It's going to be very high mileage. It's going to have dents all over it. It's going to be scratched. It's going to be dirty. So from that perspective, that didn't really matter to us. So if you're in the market for an EV, and the market is changing very quickly for second-hand vehicles, the demand is going up and prices are starting to creep back up again. So I think if I tried to buy this now, it would be probably £1,000 more expensive. And we've only had this car, I think we've had it 3 weeks from the point where we collected it and going through its conversion and getting sign written. It takes a little while. So it's probably now is the time to start thinking about doing it if you are sort of on the fence. So A great service from them guys, and absolutely our next vehicle will come through Eco Cars and Reflex on Orkney. Sorry folks, I missed out something on the earlier part of the video. A lot of people say to me, well, actually when you're buying a car from a dealer, you get the backing of the dealer should anything go wrong. You get warranties with them and things like that, and that's true if you're buying quite an old car. So the car behind me has got a 7-year 80,000 mile warranty. So if you're doing the average mileage a year, which is 7,200, you're not even going to get to that mileage before the warranty expires. And most of the cars that I see Jonathan getting from auction tend to be quite new. They tend to be, you know, 2-3 years old. So most of them will still have the manufacturer's warranty. So you don't really have anything to worry about in that department either. So that's something else worth considering. So I'm going to leave it there, folks. It's only a very short video, and I hope this helps you and gives you a bit of an insight into the way that we keep our costs down, because we want to. And we'll see you again soon in another episode. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.